Carnitrix. If you've never heard of it before, that's probably because it isn't canon to Ben 10 in any way. Instead, it's a fan-made mini-comic created by an artist who goes by the name The Cannibal 099. Even though it's not official, it has gained a lot of attention because of its dark, twisted take on the Ben 10 universe. Now, before we dive into the story itself, let's set the stage. We already know that in the original timeline, Azimuth created the Omnitrix for a noble purpose: to study all intelligent life forms, preserve their DNA, and ensure that if any species ever went extinct, they could be restored in the future. It was essentially meant as a tool to protect life and knowledge across the universe. But in Carnitrix's alternate reality, things take a completely different path. Here, Azimuth is not the savior of life. Instead, he builds this corrupted version of the Omnitrix not to protect, but to destroy life throughout the universe. This alternate device is called the Carnitrix, and it's terrifying because unlike the original Omnitrix, it doesn't wait for the user to activate it. Whenever it detects living beings nearby, it automatically forces a transformation. Ben doesn't get to choose the form or even turn it off. The watch essentially controls him. The first tragic victim of this was Gwen. When Ben is caught near her, the Carnitrix suddenly activates and turns him into a monstrous, corrupted version of Heat Blast. In that uncontrollable form, Ben brutally kills Gwen, crushing her head without even realizing what he's doing. This moment breaks everything, and from here the story only descends into more horror. Ben continues to lose himself to the Carnitrix. With no control over his alien forms, he ends up killing Grandpa Max next, along with innocent bystanders and eventually even soldiers who try to stop him. The Carnitrix doesn't stop until he's transformed into Alien X. And in that all-powerful state, Ben goes so far as to destroy his own Earth. And not just Earth, but the entire universe. The disaster is so great that it catches the attention of Professor Paradox, and Paradox realizes that if this version of Ben and the Carnitrix are not stopped, it could threaten multiple universes. So Paradox gathers together different versions of Ben from across the multiverse to unite against this single corrupted version of themselves. What follows is chaos, an all-out war where several versions of Ben are killed, but through determination and numbers, they manage to push Carnitrix Ben into a corner. The final blow comes from Ben 10,000, who takes on the form of Atomics. With his immense power, he completely destroys the Carnitrix once and for all. Then, with help from the Celestial Sapiens, the ruined universe is restored back to existence. But not everything is fixed. Even though the universe returns, that particular Ben is left with the scars of the Carnitrix, the traumatic memories of slaughtering his own family, friends, and people. Those memories eat away at him, giving him nightmares and haunting him constantly. This trauma eventually pushes future Ben to take a drastic step. He travels back in time, right to the moment when his younger self was about to get bonded with the Carnitrix. And before that dark future can ever happen, he stops it. In doing so, he erases the tragic timeline completely, wiping out the existence of the events that led to so much death and destruction. It's a bittersweet ending. On one hand, the dark future no longer exists, but on the other hand, the sacrifice and struggles of all those alternate Bens who fought and died are also erased.